Hello, so continuing on problems from this weekly contest 317, a third problem, which is the minimum addition to make integer beautiful. So what this problem says is we get two numbers, n and target, both are positive, and what we consider a number to be beautiful is if the sum of its digits is smaller or equal to target. So what we want to do is return the minimum positive integer, positive or equal to 0, such that adding that number to n makes n beautiful. So adding that number to n makes it less than or equal to target. Make it not the number itself, but makes the sum of its digits less than or equal to target, because that's the definition of beautiful here. And so let's take a look. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. So let's take a look at an example here. N equal to 16 and target is equal to 6. So 16 plus, so how can we get 1 plus 6? That's 7. That's bigger than target, right? But if we add 3 to, let's say if we add 4 here to this 16, we get 20. 20, the sum of digit is 2. 2 is smaller than target. Right, and so just adding 4 gives us the what we makes n beautiful, and also adding 4 is the smallest thing we can add. You can try adding more, right? You can try adding less than 4 and see if that works. It won't work, right? Now let's take a look at this example here, 467. So 4 plus 6 plus 7, that's equal to 17. That's bigger than target. But if we add 33, it becomes 500. And the digit sum becomes 5 plus 0 plus 0, so 5 less than target. So we return that. And if you try other examples, that's the smallest one. For this edge case where they are equal, or n maybe is the sum is already smaller or equal to target, then we just return 0, because you can just do n plus 0 and the number is already beautiful, so it stays beautiful, right? So that's the idea. Now, one thing probably you noticed here is there is a little bit of a clue. In all of these two examples, we ended up with the number that we get after adding ends with zeros. So here, for example, with 2 zeros, here with 1 zeros. So that's sort of a clue to how to solve the problem. So let's see how we can do it. Okay, so let's see here what we in the first two examples what we did. So for the first one, n equal to 16, right? What we tried is just, okay, let's put 0 in place of here and make this add 1 to the first one. And that turned out to be a good solution. Because the only way, so we know already that the sum of the digits, right, is bigger than target. That's where we need to make to add any x value, right? So the only way to make it beautiful, because we want to make smaller than or equal to target, is to make the sum here, right, smaller than what it was before. And the only way to make it smaller is like, if we add, we can only add, we can subtract. So if you add to this 6, you will only make the number bigger, so you'll only make the sum of the digits bigger. So there is no use in adding to the first digit here, right? Because then we'll only increase the sum of the digits, and that will only make it even more bigger than target. So what we are trying to do is kind of make this one bigger, but completely cancel this out to be 0, right? And so that's why our greedy strategy here is to always make this one, try to make the rightmost digits 0, and then make the first one bigger, because we'd have to add, because it's actually what we are doing is n plus x, right? So we have to add, and so we add 1 here, and this here, this is adding 4, that will make it 20, and that reduces this, but basically by 6 minus 1, because the 1 we already added to here, but then the 6 is moved away, right? So we reduce by this, we'd reduce the total sum of digits by 5. It was 7, now it's 2, so we reduced it by 5. Okay, so that's the main core of the idea here. Let's apply it to the second example. So the second example is n equal to 467 and target is equal to 6. Okay, so let's do the same pattern. let's try canceling out first this here, this 7, right? And so that would be getting 4. So to cancel it out, we add to the previous number. So the previous number is 7 and then 0. Okay, and so we try 417. So that's 4 plus 7, right? 4 plus 7 is 4 plus 7 is 11, right? So that what that would mean here is that we will get the sum is 11. 11 is still bigger than 6. So that's not right. By the way, 4 plus 6 plus 7, that's bigger than 6, right? Okay, so we try again. We try again with this here, removing this one. And so we remove it by adding to the previous one, 5, 0, 0. And basically, what is removing it? Removing it here is just 417 adding 30. That will remove it. So 0, that will make this 0. That will make this 5. And we already added 3 to get to here. And so to get to here, we added 33. So the total we added is, we added 30 here. So this is 30. So the total we added is 33. Now 500, the sum is 5, which is smaller than 6. So we are good. So this is our answer, right? And so if we had a number with like maybe 8 digits, we will keep doing the same thing until we find this solution here. Because each time we reduce the number by the number itself here minus 1, because we will add 1 here to the one before it. Okay, and now your question becomes, well, what is this operation? How do we accomplish this operation that we did here? Well, we can just take n, the number, divided by 10. So 467 divided by 10, we get 46. And then we add 1. When we add 1, that becomes 47, right? But the thing is, we lose out the 0. So let's just keep track of 0 separately. What we need is just to keep track of how many we need to multiply, how many like power of 10 we need to multiply later on. So that would be here, for example, the first step, I is equal to 1, because we end up with 47. And then we get 5, right? Because we divide by 10 and then add 1 to 4. So that would be 5. And now I here is equal to 2. So to get back this 500, we just say n, right? Multiplied by 10 to the power of I, right? And that in this case here would be 5, because our n is now 5, right? So that would be 5 multiplied by 10 to the power of 2, because that's what we calculated here. So that's 500, right? So we need to just keep track of two things. N, which is just dividing by 10 plus 1 each time. But we need to not lose these zeros, and so we keep track of how many we have, and then at the end we multiply. Now, how do we get the x value? Because that's the minimum we are asked. Well, that's just, we need to save the starting n value. So the starting n value was 467, and we just take 500 minus 467, and that's 33, and that's exactly what we needed to add at each step, right? If you want, you could also keep track of that by doing n modulo 10, right? You could also do that, but it's easier to do it this way, by doing n modulo 10 each time, and each time adding it up, right? And so we written at the end 33. And by the way, as I said, you can see here what I did manually is each time I calculate the sum and check if I have my condition smaller than target. If I don't, I repeat. And so what we need to do is we need to do this in a while loop, which says while the sum of the digits is smaller than, so sum digits of n is smaller than, is bigger than target, we will keep trying to reduce n. Then we will do n equal to n divided by 10 plus 1, and then we will increase our I, right, plus 1, so that we can multiply by it at the end, so that we can apply this here at the end, right? And the sum of digits is just like taking the number, converting it to a string, taking each individual number, converting it to an int, and then doing the sum. That would be straightforward to implement. So that's the main idea here, is each time try to make the rightmost one 0, and then adding 1 to the previous one, because if you do that, then you will make the number smaller. Adding to this one will make the number smaller, right? And keep repeating until you get a number that is smaller than target. Yeah, so that's pretty much the idea. Now let's code it up and make sure it passes test cases. Cool. So let's do that. So what do we need to do here? First we need to record the starting end value because we'll change it. And then we'll do while we want I to store how many multiples we need to keep. This is for, remember, this is for multiplying at the end here, right? For doing this at the end. And so we will do while some digits of n, I'll define that function in a second, is bigger than target, so we need to keep reducing. In that case, we will divide by 10, right? And then add 1. So this will eliminate the last element, right? And then add 1 to the one before it. And then we need to keep track of how many zeros we'll need to add at the end, right? And then here, once we are here, that means the sum of digits is smaller or equal to target. So we have a valid n now. So we just need to get the x value, which is just n. We need to multiply it by 10 to the power of I, right? This is so that so this would be 5 in the example of 467, right? And here would be 5, and this here would be 2, so 5 multiplied by 10 to the power of 2, that's 500, and then we subtract the start so that we can get the x value. So this is the beautiful number because it's smaller than target, and this is the start. Why? Because the sum here, the rest is 0, 0, so it won't add anything to the sum, so smaller or equal to target is still valid, right? And now the sum of the digits, well, how do we do that? That's just the converting the number to a string, mapping it to an int, so we get each individual digits as a number, and then we take the sum of that, right? So that's pretty much what we need here. Okay. And let's run this. Submit. And that passes test cases. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this problem. Please like and subscribe, and see you on the next one. Bye.